BrightCHAMPS is a company which has started with the mission to provide high quality education around new age skills to kids across the globe. We primarily focus on students who are taking their academic education in their school. But in today's time, there is a need of a lot of new age skills to keep yourself relevant in modern time. BrightCHAMPS is all about providing a high quality exposure around such things. So we started with technology exposure to children, and then we gradually added more offering. Now we provide technology exposure, financial literacy, robotics, effective communication, mathematical thinking, this kind of skills to the kids across the globe. We started the business in middle of 2020. The world was different back then. We all were going through the big pandemic and students were locked at home. The schools were closed. That time, it was all about a big concern was going in the mind of parent and the students. Will my child miss a significant exposure which he or she will otherwise get at the school? I was spending my time with my own son, who was 6-year-old then. And I was also having the same concern about my own child, right? And I started exploring few things, which is providing him an exposure around new age skills. And then I found that, this is quite effective and, has a very positive impact on the child. Initial days, a lot of the world has come to a completely new normal. The way you distribute, reach out to your customer, the way you teach, the way you communicate, everything was in a completely different order. So a lot of different type of approach was acquired by the company, but it was all effective wherever we launched. We started in Middle East, then we went to Southeast Asia and then North America. And everywhere we got very fantastic response from all the customers and parents, across the globe. The biggest challenge I faced in terms of starting the company and running the company at that point of time was that, I was not able to meet any of my colleagues, right? All were locked at home. So I remember very clearly when we had crossed 100, first time I met my first employee, face to face, right? And we were working all along, together day and night, right? So that's one. And second, biggest challenge was that, there was a lot of worry and anxiety in the mind of parent, which was very difficult to address, right? Because they were really concerned about their children. And the third one is that, everything was digital at that point of time. There was not any type of offline sort of connect or anything of that sort. So we were completely reliant upon the online medium. So those were the different days, but I think now the world has come to the previous normal and things have changed for better world. So our customers are mostly the parents who have their children in K-12. Our users are the K-12 students. They are spread across the geography. Our primary market is USA, Southeast Asia, Middle East, India. The business model is concerned, we are primarily into B2C. We directly reach out to the parent and ask them to take a trial of what we are going to teach and the way we are going to teach. And if they are convinced after the trial, they basically subscribe themselves to the course, right? Our model is directly reaching out to the parents, showcasing them the value. And then if they are convinced, then, helping them take the journey for the child towards various skills which we provide. Main markets in which we are operating as of now is America, many countries in Southeast Asia. We have acquired a company in Vietnam, that is actually right now the hub of the Southeast Asia operation. But we are present in Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and we are also present in Middle East. So these are the three main regions, along with the India, because the company started from India, so a lot of students from India as well. So geographical spread is in these 4 regions, and we look forward to double down in terms of our penetration in all these regions in the times to come. As far as the future plan of the company is concerned, I started with technology exposure to the children, right? And gradually I want to expand this to other relevant skills exposure. So in last 4 years, we have already expanded it to financial literacy, robotics exposure, effective communication, this kind of things have been added. Recently, last few quarters, we have also used very modern and very contemporary nano skills, we call it internally, things like Gen AI, anti-bullying, mental maths, Rubik cube, how to become an YouTuber, right? These are very relevant contemporary skills, which are exciting and prevalent in today's time. My whole goal is, one is to expand the offering in such a way so that children across the globe get a very holistic exposure around various things, and then not only concentrate on the academic part of education. And the second is, I also want to leverage technology in such a way so that it becomes more meaningful for every child and every parent whom we are trying to service. Like, for example, the experiential aspect of the offering, as well as with the rise of AI, I think a lot of personalization is now possible, and that is what we are going to add to our offering, right? We have already been doing it. There's a lot to be done there, but I think content personalization, every class and every assignment to be personalized as per the child test and progress, right? Those are some of the most interesting and challenging things which I have in my plate as of now. I'll say there are four main things. One is personalization, which is most of our classes are 1:1, and given it's a private tutoring model, right? We want to keep it as personalized as possible, and their technology comes handy in a big way, right? So personalization at n equal to 1 level. Second one is the uses of AI in terms of creating content, as well as finding out the journey for the right journey for the child, and also using AI for the evaluation. So those are the other things, other rather than keeping it theoretical or marks driven, we want to keep it make it very tangible, which can be demonstrated, showcaseable. So we have built a technology which basically ensures that every few classes there is a very showcaseable, tangible outcome for the child to be demonstrated, so that both the children, parent, teacher, and everyone involved in the ecosystem is convinced that there is a real progress happening. So there a lot of technology is there. And the fourth one is that all of this is fine, but the engagement is going to happen only when the experience is fun and gamified for the child. Fun for the child, so that the child is always engaged with the content and the classes and the teacher, and inherently the learning is happening. So I think these are the four pillars in which the technology is playing a big role for us: personalization, AI driven, fun and gamified, and in terms of creating tangible outcome for every child at different milestones. The success can be measured in two ways. One is the volume, which is how many number of students' life we are impacting. And as I said that we are spread across so many geographies, so the opportunity is really huge. There is a potential to positively impact millions and millions of students across the world. So in terms of one metric is that how many lives you are touching, which is the volume of a student, and the second one is that what is the clear tangible outcome which I just talked about. You are able to demonstrate for the child. Is there a real progress? I think on the first metric, we are giving a 4-year-old company. We are very early in our journey. The kind of mission which we have in our mind, it's a long lasting. It requires decades to achieve. But I think we have already touched close to 1 million students across the globe. And as I said that it's an ocean. There's just so much of opportunity out there, and that is very exciting in nature. And the second one is learning outcome. There, I think BrightCHAMPS has made very beautiful technology and our retention, our rating, and everything clearly says that we are on the right path. And there are multiple matrices to measure this, whether your customers are happy, whether they are finding it effective or not. But these are the two important directional things in which I measure the overall success: how many lives I'm touching, and what kind of real learning outcome impact I'm generating for the student. We are in a very fast changing world, and there are a lot of dynamism already in place. I think one big thing which I have already talked about a little bit is the AI piece. In education, AI is going to play a big role, both in terms of personalization and in terms of standardization of quality. And I think a lot of quality educational content and educational experience will be available to bigger set of people, a larger set of people, because of AI doing its job. And the second one is because AI can understand the context, we now will be able to create experiences which is very, very personalized. So that is one. And we all know that what kind of changes the AI is now creating in the society. Everybody is getting influenced in some way or the other. Education is one of those sectors wherein I think it is going to have a larger impact. I'm hoping that that impact will be for positive. The second one is experiential change because of technology. I think we started, human race started with the pictorial representation, then textual. So the personalization of content and the way we are going to see the content or feel the content, the experiential part of it is also going to change a lot, right? So in next 5 years, I think both the consumption pattern and the personalization aspect, customization aspect of educational content will be going through a big change. This is a validation of our efforts which we are making to improve the experience for kids and parents. From a company point of view, it motivates the morale of the people who are behind the scene working towards making such platforms and experiences, number one. And it also gives us a validation in some way, seeing that we are in the right direction. Still, so many platforms who are either disrupted or going to get disrupted because of a lot of technological big shift happening. And when we get such awards, I think it gives us a validation that we are picking the right items in the right priority. So that way, I think it's not only a stamp on the approach, but also a very motivating factor for everybody involved in the company who are tirelessly working in terms of improving the experience and making it as relevant as possible in the modern time for the young kids. The way I feel right now is that my mission is to build the biggest online academy or university for the children, which is a global university of its kind, wherein all these kids of the modern age get the most modern exposure around all the new age skills. So the mission is very profound, and because of the fast paced change in the world, a lot of new sort of important skills are getting added to the kitty very, very fast. Like, for example, just when I started the company, AI exposure, Gen AI exposure for children was not in my radar, right? But just it changed in a couple of years so much. Now it's almost looking like this has become an essential skill to give as an exposure to the children. Similarly, for example, cryptocurrency. This is another set of thing which is happening across the world. Somewhere more, somewhere less, right? But there are a lot of people excited about it. Children need to know that how money evolved and how it has come from gold coin to plastic currency to dollar bill to plastic currency to cryptocurrency level. So I'm very excited about what is going around, and I'm very more excited about providing that exposure to the children. So as far as the business is concerned, one, I'm excited about expanding the offering. More and more exposure can be provided, and second, I'm excited about touching more lives, right? As I said earlier, right? These are the only two very simple things in my mind. And the more I do it, the the more exciting and promising it all becomes. And during along the journey, I just want to leverage as much technology as possible, because technology gives you the leverage to scale and to do it in a scalable fashion. So that is the mission of the company. And for now, we are just heads down, committed to our goal, and trying hard to impact as many life as possible.